Okay, so the first thing you need to do before scaling is to know, is my flow working good? How did it? When he did it? What is the tool that he used to do it? Okay, the first thing that I audit is people. Because usually when you are driving a company, you need to be sure that people on deck
Indeed.
are
Yes.
all on the same direction.
What does a CDO do in a company in medical tourism? Hello and welcome to a new episode on your favorite podcast in medical tourism, etc. podcast, where we host talented insiders from the industry to give us more insights, informations, and new concepts for insiders such as yourselves.
And today, our new guest have more than 8 years experience in medical tourism, working as a CDO, Chief Development Officer. Help me to welcome Mahmoud Morjan. Thank you for coming, Mahmoud.
Hello, thank you.
Mahmoud, it's great seeing you here. Our time goes back to 5 years ago, even 6 years ago.
We have a long past
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yes.
We first met and worked together. It's a
Finally.
pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining today. Mahmoud, let's kick things off with the age-old question we ask to everyone when they first join us. How did you join medical tourism?
Actually, I was planning to join real estate.
For that.
Okay.
It's always by accident. You know, most of the answers is by accident.
I had, to be honest, count Saturdays for 8 months, interviews.
Oh, okay.
Almost 2 interviews per week for 8 months with real estate's company.
Okay.
Okay, with getting rejected for almost each and every one of these interviews. And then suddenly, one of my friends told me, why are you wasting your time going to real estate's company? Just try one of the medical tourism's company and see how it goes. So I was scrolling my social media and I saw an advertisement for
medical consultant.
So I directly signed up. It was the first ad I see. I didn't even have a second thought. I spent almost 8 months looking for a job, and it was
You give up. Okay.
it was catastrophic for me. So and I was young back then. I still had some hair back then. So I think it was
8 years ago.
Yes, 8 years ago.
Wow.
So
Long time.
I went to the interview. And it was the beginning of having medical tourism companies, 8 years ago, was mostly focusing on only one market.
Yeah, true.
And I was one of the people who started with the English speakers
Okay.
at that company. So they were starting their English team. People now are going for Romanian, Russian, and different languages. Okay. And imagine English team back then was the same idea for some companies.
It was something new. It was all based on Arabic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So I had the interview, and there was 2 others who speaks English way more fluent than me. Okay, I couldn't believe that I was the one who they choose. But the reason they chose me for that, I was answering the questions in the interview directly without hesitation. I had some self-confidence to answer these questions, and it gave me a bonus over them. So after a couple of days, they called me back. They told me you can start in a 15 days period. So I wrapped myself up and went to the company. On the first day, Istanbul is very big.
Yeah.
So I had to commute for 3 different transportations to go there.
Yeah. M7 was not available back then.
Nothing was available back then. So I had to commute over for an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
Every day back and forward. So you're talking
Wow.
about 3.5 hours every day was spent.
Wow.
And now you are here.
Okay. And now I'm here.
And today you're here. Mahmoud, thank you so much for telling us how did you join this industry and how you climbed the ranks into a CDO position, a Chief Development Officer. Now, for our listeners who are watching this episode today, they might wonder, what is a typical work of a CDO? In medical tourism, what does a CDO exactly do?
You asked 2 questions.
Okay, we can start with the first.
Start with the first. Okay. How I started as a normal sales representative. Okay. And it was like for almost 3 years. I like gradually was like was
More
promoted
levels.
for like a senior sales. Then I had the opportunity to become a team leader.
I was there.
Amazing.
Okay.
Nice. Awesome.
So I think as you were there, like usually if you becoming a team leader is not a position, it's a leading by example.
Yeah, yeah.
So mostly you start like people tend to go back to the people or to the person they trust the most.
Yes.
Okay, the company saw that most of the people around me were going back to me for answering their question, for helping them with their struggles.
You were the buddy of the team, you know?
Yes, like I was the team buddy there. So it was unofficial, but they saw like, let's make it official there. Like it's been unofficial for 6 months. Like, let's make it official. So it became official. And to be honest, was like my first promotion in the medical tourism, or the first like promotion that gave me a target. Okay. So I started working with the team, nights and days. Okay, scrolling between two departments. Like I started with the team leading. Then like they had some struggle with data distribution and with CRM flows and these things. And
they were doing everything.
And like luckily, like in my free time, I was creating trials for the CRM and testing how things can be done like in different ways.
Yeah,
so
remember,
I gained some experiences from there. And it gave me a bonus. Okay, so I can be the one who knew everything is coming to my team and what is the results. And based on that, okay, I was really one of the leaders who created transparency between team and between the people who works with. And this transparency like created somehow of an image of somebody who can be in a different roles, like Joker roles.
Yeah. And FYI, everyone, Mahmoud was my team leader back then when he got promoted. So yes. I remember these days. Mahmoud, that's a wonderful answer. And how did you go from that team leader position to a very wide perspective of CDO?
I start like the first bigger step was project management. Okay. Project management with my previous employer gave me a huge insight for how things can be run, because when you start a project, okay, you have to be aware of all the sides of the process. Like you're creating a new company inside a company. So you start learning how flows are going, and also what are the bottlenecks there. Okay, and for somebody who's really driven to details, it was like my passion to know how things are going. How can I make it fast? How can I make it better? And suddenly I found myself in a different company, occupying CDO. But to be honest, like the experiences that I got from the past all came together for one single position.
It contributed to the position. And this goes back to my second question of what is a typical day for a CDO? Like for our listeners who are watching, like what does a CDO do in a company in medical tourism?
Typical day. That's hectic. Like headache. As like Omar is like I think he knows something. Like that's why he's laughing. But headache is part of the job. If there is no headache, your existence has no meaning.
Yes.
Okay. Like I started my first day with like starting with leads. What we have done yesterday. What is like how leads are going, what is the outcome out of them. Because one of my duties is to connect departments to each other.
Exactly. It's a broad perspective, right? Like
yes.
Being a team leader is about your team. Being a project manager is about the people working in the project. But being a CDO is about everyone.
Is about everything. Yeah. Okay, so I start from the very first thing that comes to the company, from the first drop of water. till it become till the seed is planted
Mhm.
and it become thing that you can bake and eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
So like I usually like my typical day starts with leads,
Mhm.
going back to sales. What is the answering rate that they got from the leads that they have? What have they closed from the past week leads? Then going back to the language performance, country performance. How are we going to distribute budgets? If like budget distribution is going well, or we need to make different allocations. Like then we're going back to sales team back again, see the results. If there is cancellations, what is the cancellations reasons?
Oh, that must
Going
have a
back to-
headache. I now understand the Marwan's headache.
And like in between, like there is several meetings to be done with different departments, so we
Yeah.
can figure out like what is. I'm not gonna say like what is the problem. I'm saying we have this problem. Where did it come from?
Interesting.
Because
Interesting
like
perspective.
usually when you go to somebody who's like occupying a position and you drive a problem to him, okay, you have this problem. The first thing that will cross his mind is that this is your problem.
Okay.
Okay, but showing it in a different perspective, we have this problem.
We need to solve it.
Okay, no, we have this problem. What made us fall in here?
Mm.
First, so we can be sure that it will not happen again.
Yeah.
And we go for the
The root
solution.
cause. You're
The
looking
root
for the
cause,
root
like
cause.
because like accusing people with the problems that maybe they're part of it, but they're not the ones who are controlling. Okay, the size, the capacity, and the affected people of this problem. Usually, it's a company culture that many companies I see now are trying to develop and trying to overcome for a better growth.
Amazing. Why I laughed in the first that because your job has been involved in all the teams at the same time. And that's a small part also from the HR. That's each day, our routine days, like starting from 10 to 7, or like from morning till evening, that we get involved in all the teams. So I can imagine the meetings that you have been facing.
Bro, you're talking about
In all the
human
days.
capital management. And it's like, and I like to call it a human capital management more than HR or human resources, because humans are capital there.
Yes.
They're not resources.
Yeah, yeah. The industry is becoming more and more
Indeed.
dependent on like people are the real engine beyond all of these companies.
So
So
like-
yeah, it's the capital of the company.
Mahmoud, when you step into a company as a CDO, what the first thing you audit? Process, people, data, and why?
What do you mean with data?
As a part of the process.
Oh, that's
No,
actually
like
a very
you mean like data management, or you
Ah.
mean like the reports are coming out of them?
Let's
This
start
is
from
different.
the ads.
No, like data means like usually people understand data as the data department or
Yes.
data management department, and data management have two different tasks: distribution, collect,
And
audit,
report.
and analyze. While let's go back to the question. Okay, the first thing that I audit is people. Because usually when you are driving a company, you need to be sure that people on deck
Indeed.
are
Yes.
all on the same direction. If like small part of your crew are not directed to the same goal or to the same objective that you're going to, okay, trust me, like he's not gonna drop in the middle of the way. No, he's gonna either slow you or change your direction.
Your direction, yeah, true.
So you have to line up all of these people, okay, on the same objective first. Okay, then you start with auditing the
Different the rest.
flows and then the data.
So people comes first when you step on in a position
And
like a
indeed, I
CDO.
was decided, yes.
Always people comes first.
And Mahmoud, most companies, when they think of growth, like whenever you sit down with a medical tourism company, what is growth? Growth is more sales. You know, it's always more sales, more sales. So the thing is, from a development perspective, like What breaks first when a medical tourism company scales up too fast?
Growth, sales is a result of growth.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
like if your goal to grow, the result will be to
Sales.
have
Yeah,
more sales.
of course.
Okay, but grow is as a term. Okay, it means that all the processes and flows inside your company should grow on the same level as sales.
Exactly. Yeah. The problem is it's
Because
one dimensional. They take it
yes,
as one dimension.
because when you scale up, okay, this is, how can I say, traditional thinking about, or like common idea, common ideology about scaling. Okay, we're not scaling a geometrical shape, or like, because if I'm gonna scale triangle, okay, I can multiply each of the sides of it by 2 and it's done. Okay, but I'm multiplying process, and if there is like small mistake or small communication gap or small gap or like bottleneck with the flow, okay, now I'm doing 200 actions per day, tomorrow I'm going to be doing 600 actions per day. Imagine the number of false action that I'm going to doing. If I'm scaling 3 times, now I'm having 20 errors per day, which is like, to be honest, like, I'm not going to say it's an acceptable number. No, but 20 like is an example for like a different, because when you are multiplying by 3, it's 60 mistake per day.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do before scaling is to know, is my flow working good? And if I'm scaling, what is the amount of mistakes that I'm going to see? Because when you scale, now you have 5% margin of mistakes. Okay, but if you scale 2 times, you have to expect 20 times margins of mistake.
Actually, Mahmoud, that's very, very correct. Because when you sit down with most decision makers or founders in medical tourism companies, everyone wants to have more sales. Like, it's always the goal is more sales, and even some of them go up to say, "We want to make 1 million this year. We want to make 2 million
Bring
this year."
100 sales.
But the question is, what if you make 1 million? Can you handle it? Like, can you handle 1 million? Because that million comes with a lot of processes behind it. It comes with people working in a beehive in order to achieve that 1 million
Exactly,
sustainably
yes.
and safely. But the point is, everyone wants to make more sales, but it's not one dimension. Just like you said, growth is being treated unfairly because it's being treated as one dimension. Growth, it's mean let's have more sales, let's push the sales team. But growth must have also all of the other departments, all of the process growing on the same level.
Correct. Yes, indeed. As you mentioned, like growth, as I told you at the beginning, more sales is a result of having growth.
Yes.
Like if you want to grow, you must have more sales. But there is many other elements
Exactly.
inside the basket needs to be taken in consideration before taking this action. Imagine that you're having an let's say fuel engine that the capacity of this engine is 2 liters and you're pumping 4 liters.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
perfect example, perfect analogy. Yes.
Okay, it's gonna work, but not for a long time, not efficient as before.
Exactly. True.
I believe that also the growth need a stable and right KPIs to get this growth. So, how do you align departments that have naturally different KPIs? For example, sales want more volume, finance more control, HR have more hiring.
Aligning those, how can I say, strategies for departments, okay, comes with the one vision for the company or one strategy for the company, and align department strategies with the whole company strategy. One of the examples that other companies or started to use like recently is OKR. KPI
Okay.
is like an outdated term for key performance indicator, but objectives and key results.
Objectives and key results. Okay. OKR.
OKR has become the most advanced shape of KPI because, like, objective as a company, I have one objective. Okay, and then my objective is be, for example, the best company in medical tourism in Turkey, in the world, in Thailand, in Mexico, in Singapore, South Korea. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to be the best company in this surrounding. So being the best company, I have to align several factors for this. So I have to take in consideration people, financial stability, sales, marketing, learning and development. And then I'm going to line up those 5 factors, of having the best company, into the department. So I'm having financial stability, sales, marketing, people, learning and development. If I align them to sales, to make the best sales team. So the best sales team should have the highest average per salesperson, the best training sessions received for these people, and having the highest average for salesperson has many different meanings. One of them, it means financial stability for the company, and it covers the angle of having those people stable. So you're covering the people. When you have stable people working in your company, you have more to provide for them more than they provide for you. Because as long as I told you before, it's a human capital.
True.
So you're investing in these people correctly. That's why they have stayed for that long, and they are now stable. They're making the highest average. You're just lining up all the objectives of the department to the companies itself. So finance department has no problem as long everything is going okay. As long as the sales team department align with the finance department. The marketing department, their goal is to have the lowest average per qualified lead. I'm not talking the average cost per lead. I'm talking the average cost per qualified lead. So I'm talking about the most, or the largest count of leads with the highest quality. This is the goal of marketing.
Yes, true.
And it serves the financial stability.
And also help the HR to not be rushing by hiring, turnover.
Everything is being helped together. If you have one strategy, one goal, and line up all the department goals into this.
That we said,
strategy.
in the HR, the vision of the company where it's going. As the vision with all the departments are working, depend on this vision, like the objective that you said.
Yeah, well, when have you went to a medical tourism company and saw a decision maker talking, not the decision maker as the founder or the owner, but rather a manager talking about the vision of the company? When did you go and you heard more about the core values of the companies? Normally, whenever you go, of course, there's always an exception, but wherever you go when it comes to medical tourism, you don't need to know the vision. The vision is always more sales. Just more,
Hit
more
2
sales.
million.
2
That's
million.
the vision.
3 million.
These kind of visions, needs to be mature.
Yeah.
And maturity of the vision comes with more and more failures, because now they're trying to achieve the 2 million. They fail once, they fail twice, they fail 3 times, they fail 4th time. And with each failure, they set a core value for the company. And once you collect all of these core values that comes from repeating different mistakes to achieve the same goal. I'm not saying repeating the same mistakes to achieve the same goal, because usually good companies learn from their mistakes and they try to develop and not fall again, because time is money and nobody wants to pay money. So they have lined up all of these values together to make the vision of the company again.
Exactly.
And usually people can shorten time by having a consultation from an expert, or hiring an expert that can make the time shorter for them. And some others, thinks that saving money for achieving this, or setting these goals and values and missions and goals for the company, is like overspending.
Yeah, true, 100%. Yeah.
And this is where
expenses.
And this is where you see in a mid-range and small-range companies.
Yeah. Masraf yapmayalım.
That's the
Neyse, Mahmoud, we spoke so much on people, and it's all about the people when it comes to medical tourism.
Always.
But this also goes in another way. We see sometimes in some companies, departments are not having a middle ground. They are not meeting. Apparently, there is problem. Now, normally what we guess all the time is that, okay, the problem is in the process. Maybe if we automate this or automate that, maybe if we add something here, if we remove something from there, the process will fit. Later on, you discover it's about someone who has ego, someone who has communication issues, and this is resulting in all of these problems. So how often is it communication issues and ego over wrong process?
2 lines under the ego.
2 lines under the ego. Okay. There is 2 cases. Okay. There is cases where ego can turn the table upside down. Okay. Usually it comes from I can see the better picture more than you, while numbers are talking this different, like giving different language, like you're okay, and the numbers say you're not okay. This is where ego strike.
Yes.
Okay, and wrong or false process or like wrong workflows can be developed by time because doing the same mistakes twice to have the different outcome. This is what we call stupidity. So you try different kind of methods, different ways to go for like your goal, and having like mistakes or problems with the workflows usually is like healthy, good once as long as you're trying to fix these problems. But like
ego is unfixable.
Things are people are fixable, but ego is not fixable.
People are fixable, but ego is not fixable. That's the greatest take of the episode.
You mentioned something about the workflow. If we have any gap or failure workflow, what does a healthy workflow mean to you, or should be in the company? What kind of structure should have to have a healthy workflow?
You know, how many times have you ordered online?
A lot.
Always.
A lot. Okay.
Always.
Do you take these kind of steps that the shipment have went out of the storage? It was delivered to the shipment company. The shipment company is now shipping it to the center. The center distributed it to the
car on the road.
Yes, to the
address,
car on the road, and it comes to you. This is how a
deliver it.
perfect workflow should look like. Like you're delivering one object, whether it's like a patient, or you're delivering a lead, or you're delivering a diagnosis from one guy to another instantly without any delay. This is how a perfect workflow should look like. And all the steps are documented with who did it, when he did it, what is the tool that he used to do it.
Amazing.
Yeah, actually, that was a perfect analogy, you know? It was a perfect analogy, just like a cargo company where all the steps
Without using WhatsApp.
are in domino effect.
Yes, domino effect.
Yeah. And Mahmoud, from your perspective, as someone who worked in this industry for 8 years with very big and variable experiences, starting from a medical consultant all the way to a CDO, what would be one advice you would give to founders and owners of clinics in this industry?
Training.
Okay, that's
Training and career path.
Training and career path. Wow.
Like those 2 things, when they are combined in one company, when you have a clear career path for yourself as an employee, create career path for each employee.
Wow.
And keep the training on all the time.
That's one of the most interesting advices we ever got in this entire podcast.
Headshot.
Yeah, that's a headshot, yes. Mahmoud, we couldn't thank you enough for this wonderful episode and for all the information that you gave.
Thank you for your time.
I'm sure it will enrich this industry. It will enrich the listeners and the viewers of these episodes. So thank you again for coming. And a huge thanks to all of our audience that have watched today's episode. Stay tuned for more upcoming episodes on Etc. Podcast.